Hey, welcome. Time to learn HTML. I assume that you have already installed Visual Studio Code or any other text editor. So Visual Studio Code will help us to write the code. First, go to the file, open folder, and open any random folder where you will keep your files with the code. And when you will do this, you will see something like this coming here, and this will be empty. It is called Explorer. So over here, click the left and new file and say index. So we will write down our HTML file. It will be .html. Fine. So this is a HTML file where we will write our HTML structure of the website. So I will write down HTML, and if I click enter, it will autofill up with these two things. I will click enter to make these separates from each other. So this is the starting tag and this is the end tag of HTML. Anything you write outside here will not be considered as HTML code. So right now you can see that this is a backslash over here. This backslash means that this is the end tag, and if you don't see any backslash here with the arrow symbol, that means this is the starting tag. So in HTML, almost every element has these starting tag and the end tag, but they are different. Okay, right now in HTML, I need to say you guys that in HTML everything is a part of the DOM, which is document object model. Don't worry about this document object model, but I need to say you that you need to understand and imagine that in a HTML file, everything comes with hierarchy. Everything comes with a consistency. So if you are looking at a HTML file, if there are some elements, those elements can have their sub-elements, and those sub-elements can have their own sub-elements. So it's basically always work on hierarchy base. Okay, I think I'm bugging your head right now, but don't worry, as long as we are going to work, you will understand them well. So first of all, in HTML, there are going to be two mandatory parts, which is head. And as you can see, head comes with starting tag and end tag. So I will actually keep them in an indentation mode. So HTML has head tag and HTML has body tag. So you can see that into the first hierarchy we have head tag and the body tag. So body is starting tag, body end tag. So always remember that there must be starting tag and the end tag. So what does actually the head tag does? Everything you see into the websites, such as like the meta information, I think you are not aware of the meta information yet, but these are the things you don't see into the website, but these are always there to help to manage your website background things, such as like the beauty, the CSS, and some other cool stuff. So head section, you mostly the code you don't see, but they are there always. And body section is the visible section you will see into the page of your HTML web page. Fine. So into the head tag, we are going to actually do something. Okay, first let's run this file. It would be better. Go right click, copy path, and I will open my Chrome browser and paste the files and see nothing is there already, right? And our file name is showing index.html right now. I want this to be changed. So to do this, this is called title into a web page. So to do this, I will go back and into the head I will say title, click enter. So you will see that title starting tag, title end tag, but you can actually keep them into the same line. It doesn't matter. So I will say ygen coda, and I will save the file, Ctrl S, and I will go back, and if I refresh it now, you can see that the title has been changed. So into the head section, you actually change the title. Also into the head section, you will do a lot of things which we will not be watching in this course, but this is just to give you some feelings of motivation to start with the web development, right? So don't expect that everything I will show you into this course. Okay, so into the body section, we want to see a lot of things. I mean, everything we will see over here will be the parts of the body section. So into the body section, we want a text like hello world. Everything starts with hello world in the programming world. So I will start with hello worlds as well. So I will say hello worlds. I want to make it a bigger text, so it will be h1. H1 means header 1, header. So you can see the header 1 starting tag and end tag. So header 1, there are actually a lot of header tags, h1, h2, h3, h3, h4, h5, I think until h6. So this header tags has their own size. You will understand it later on. Let's see. I will write down inside this starting and end tag. I will write down the header 1. So if I save it now, Control S, and go back and refresh it, you can see that the header 1 is being written down. Cool. Right now you are officially a web developer. You can consider yourself a web developer right now. Okay, not really, but after you are done with the PHP writing, you can consider yourself a web developer. Okay, let's go back. I want to add another smaller text, a bit smaller. So I will click enter and I will say the header 2. I will control save it and I will go back, and you can see that the header 2 is a bit smaller because the h2 is a bit smaller in font size. So you can have until h6, and those will be smaller into sequential, reduction. Okay, I have difficulties to find the words to describe. Never mind. So I will add a paragraph now. I want bunches of lines here. So to do this, first I will go here and I am copy some lines of A. It's too bad. Okay, I'm copying this. I'll go back. I hope that you have already copied any of the text you have it over there. It doesn't really matter. And I will click enter, and below this I will write down P tag. So when I click on enter, you can see starting tag and the end tag. So inside this tag I will write down, I will actually paste the code, paste the lines that I have taken there. So you can see all of these things are into a single line. I don't want this to be into single line because I have to scroll left and right, which I can't do. So to do this, I will just click on Alt and Z. So save it and go, and if you refresh it, you can see that the paragraph is here. Cool, isn't it? You can actually break those lines. So to break those lines, you can go here. Let's break it from here. So click here and write down BR. So BR means break line. So I will break it here as well. BR. So BR tag actually doesn't need the end tag. You just simply write down BR and the left and right arrow. I will save it. I'll go back, and if I refresh now, you can see that the text lines are broken into several pieces, or there are much more spaces right now, and it seems better than before. So I want to say you guys something. As I said before, that everything works in hierarchy. So all of these elements, this header 1, header 2 paragraph, are part of this body, and they're the elements of the sub-elements of this body, or elements, whatever you can say. So I want another thing which is called division. And division is the section where you actually put your codes together to treat them as a block of code or block of elements. So I will put all of this, I will cut them. You can actually cut them with Control X, and I will paste it here, Control B. And right now body has the div elements, and div elements has these elements. So with this, you can actually divide in your HTML codes into more section. Don't worry, it will make sense after we are creating another division. So forget about the class. We don't need the class here. Okay, so I will copy this and I will paste it here. So right now you can see that we have created another division, and under this division there are some more elements which are header 1, header 2 and header 3. And right now we want to change this. This is header 3, header 4, and if we save it now and go back and refresh it, you can see that there are some more lines, header 3, header. So this is a block which is a section, and this is also a block which is a div section. I'll go back, and I think that's all about HTML I wanted to show you guys. And into the next tutorial we will work how to change the color, how to add border, and it will be all working with CSS. Thanks for watching. See you into the next video.